very vibrant waterways for us. You know, this would have been like our QEW almost, right? And a lot of these creeks, they're developed over now, but it's great to still see the signage and things like that. So for a lot of the communities, you know, during the winter we would be inland more, but during the spring we would take these waterways. Some of them we'd have to portage, but you know, this creek, if you went back pre-colonial days, that creek was probably about 6 to 8 feet deep. You could easily take a canoe all the way up and all the way down, right? But you know, water is a very important thing. You know, a long time ago I got this teaching from one of my elders about reflecting and how it's important. And there was a story an elder told me one time that there was this young guy and he was walking through the village, and everywhere he would walk, people would like look at him and go like, he'd be walking up towards and they'd see him and they'd be, and he didn't understand why, Didn't understand why people were looking at him funny. So he went to the elder one day and the elder said, on a good day when it's calm, when it's cool, because I want you to go down to the water, down to the creek. It's like, so we walked down to the creek a long time ago, before we had mirrors and before we had polished glass. How would we see our reflection? Water. But not just any water. Right? Sometimes water, you know, we can look at it as a metaphor, is that, you know, when we have those big waves in our life, drama, sometimes trauma, it's hard to see our reflection. Right? And then sometimes we have life where it's just very busy and chaotic. And it's all those little ripples. And you look over, you really can't see your reflection. So sometimes what we need to do is we need to intentionally be like so water. That's why we have ceremonies like smudging, to remove all of that. Right? So as this man came down to the creek, as he bent over and he looked into the water, he jumped back. And what he saw in that reflection, he didn't recognize. Okay? But then as he got over that water and he actually saw his reflection, and he could see it in his face, the cynicism that he held, that anger that hadn't been healed, that frustration, right? And through being still water, that's what he was able to see, and that's how he was able to heal. You know, so that's just one of the teachings that I've been had shared with me about the importance of reflecting. You know, so I hope that this is an opportunity for our community and for our neighbors to come down here, you know, and do some reflecting about how we're doing. And when we talk about how we're doing, you know, in our way, when we work with people, it's always in the 4 aspects: mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual. Okay? Taking my daughter when she was really young